with NCDOT Division 4 Utilities, and I am also the chairperson for the Halifax Northampton UCC. We appreciate everybody coming to the Teams meeting. I know this tends to be a little less than we would have in person, but it looks like we got a good group here. One of the things we like to do is we'll go around, let everybody introduce themselves and give us any projects that you may have in the Halifax, Northampton area that is either getting ready to get started or has started. I'll start it off. Again, I'm Butch Deller, NCDOT Utilities, and we are currently in a big project that we've got on I-95. It is our broadband project. It runs from Virginia south all the way to South Carolina, and it runs through several of our counties, Halifax, Johnston County, all the way down again to South Carolina, and that is an ongoing project. That is the southern run. We do have an east and west run, which is on Highway 70, which mainly goes through Wake, Johnston, Wayne, all the way out to the Outer Banks. And then there will be a third section from Lumberton going northwest on Interstate 74. So this is a big project there. Other jobs in Halifax, we have a couple of bridges that we're working on. One has been going for a while. It's on the I think it's the 561. That one has started back up. We had an issue with a construction contractor that went bankrupt, and we had to resubmit and assign these projects, and that happened to be one of them there. We have, I'm sure everybody's noticed, bridge work on the 95. We've just finished replacing the 33 bridge over 95. Which is probably just outside of Halifax, but it affected Whitakers and so on and so forth for that. We have a couple of bridge projects on the east side of Halifax. One is on 13 bridges. We're just finishing up with the utility relocation there, and the other one is on it crosses over 125 where 13 bridges turns into Moonlight Road. That project is actually getting started. We've done the pre-construction meeting on that one, so they should be breaking ground shortly on that. I think that's about it. Kyle, you want to go ahead and go on, and if I've missed anything, you can add to it.
Yeah. So I'm Kyle Pleasant, Division 4 Utilities, and work with Butch. And yeah, I think you cover most everything, Butch. So that's all I got.
Very good. Justin, how about you?
Yep. Justin Andrews with Piedmont Natural Gas out of Tarboro, and I've got with me today here John Lucas. He's one of our inspectors that we use for our contractors. Currently, right now, the only thing we're going to have open for Halifax County is going to be our Old Farm Road project up here behind the Tractor Supply in Roanoke Rapids. That's actually got word yesterday that we'll be starting construction on that beginning the week of February the 6th. So I'm hoping that just as soon as we can, they'll move into that and get started and can get it wrapped up as quickly as possible. We got other just maintenance work going around, service inspections, retirements, that kind of thing. So we're pretty light right now in Roanoke Rapids, Halifax, and Northampton. Sorry, I was getting all my counties confused there for a second.
I understand that. Very good. Thank you, Justin.
Yes, sir.
Daniel, you want to go ahead and tell us what DOT's got going on Northampton?
Yes, sir. So, kind of like you mentioned, we got several bridge projects coming up within the next couple of years. Northampton 8, or let's see, hold up. I got about 6. So, excuse me a little bit. Northampton 20 off of Creeksville Road. We're about to start the pre-scope or pre-scoping for utilities on that. That's probably gonna come up within 2024, 2025. Northampton 45 is off of Deloach Mill Road. That one we've already done the pre-scope on it, and we're working forward with utilities on that one. We still have about 4 or 5 other bridges in Northampton County, so hopefully after the next couple of years, there shouldn't be too many bridges left that we have to do. But it's also Northampton 17 off Doolittle Mill Road. Then we also got Northampton 20 off Creeksville Road. Let's see. We also have Northampton 18, like I said, off Jenkins Mill Road that we're working on. That's going to be one of the first ones. Northampton 18 and 45 will be the first 2 coming up. And then, let's see, Northampton 53 is just off Highway 158 on St. John's Club Road. That's also going to be coming up as well. But those are bridge projects that are coming up. Northampton 20 and Northampton 45 will be within this year or next year, at least getting utilities moved and then going to construction. R5736 is going to be a road widening project off NC 46 going from Gaston to the Virginia state line, just a road widening project. We're working on that as well. Also, we do still have the Garysburg ongoing project, which is still going to be a couple of years now. But as far as I know, that's all I have for Northampton County as of right now. And I know we're beginning the the pre-con or pre-construction phase of some of those, but then also some of those were still in the preliminary phases of design. So we hadn't come up with the complete design phase yet, but we're still working with the utility owners on that. But that's all I really have.
Very good. That's more than enough. And then, of course, we've got the ever-loving super bridge project right there at the lumber mill there that is still going on as far as design and planning. I'm sure we'll work together on that one.
Oh yeah, as far as these bridge projects are concerned, I would be surprised. I'm about sick of bridge projects right now. Be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Absolutely. And last but not least, we have Mr. Wayne Peel with the USIC. Welcome to our meeting here, Mr. Peel. Do you have anything that you want to bring up? Anything, information on USIC or anything that you want to tell us about?
No, really, it's kind of slow up here. I'm only holding 62 tickets in Northampton, Halifax combined. It's the slowest I've seen it in a while.
That's a good sign. It means you guys are keeping them up. That's great.
Yep. Don't really have anything.
Very good. Sounds great. Well, with that, I think everybody's told us what they got. So, Parrish, why don't you go ahead and take over and handle it?
Be happy to. Thank you very much. So, welcome to January's Halifax Northampton UCC. And just some conversation about this photo here. We can see this individual is in a fairly deep hole. Full piles not back. Looks like a wooden ladder is the best I can tell. I'm not sure where Steve dug his photo up. Looking at it a little bit deeper, it looks like there used to be an existing road here that they've added dirt on top of, and now they're running some type of utility here. I'm not sure if it's sewer or what, but yeah, he's not in a safe environment. He needs to be shield sloped for sure. Most definitely. We're hoping it's in a foreign country, but we're probably not sure. So, yeah. A quick message from Mr. Louis Panzer, our Executive Director. He wants to welcome you to 2023. Excuse me. We at 811 are bracing for more volume, so we're letting you folks know that you should expect it too, whether you need to hire some more folks who locate internally for you, or if you go ahead and get some contractors to help keep up with that workload. We want to let you know that Norfield has their Dig Logics, and it's coming very soon. I know at the end of this year, in the October timeframe, that Dig Logics will be what we're going to go with, and the Web TMS will be going away. If you want a demonstration, you can go to Norfield's website. They've got a little demo there. I'm sure you can reach out to them and request some more info, and they will be more than happy to walk you through it. There is a annual fee for this, and they can explain more in line with what that fee is for your application. One of the great things about it is going to assist excavators and locators with helping managing requests and workloads. Last but not least, patience plus planning plus process is going to equal productivity for you. Just keep that in mind. Root cause damage. This is a new root cause sheet that they're adding to the DIRT report, and what they're looking for is going to, obviously it's a more comprehensive list of what has been on the site in the past, and they're hoping that it's going to give a better determination of the root cause once they look at everything, which is one of the reasons that they added more to this sheet. So hopefully going forward, it will help you better determine the root cause. Next but not least, excuse me, we have a roll up of 2022. If you've seen this video and this presentation before, then I apologize for the repeat. But yeah, thank you for attending more than one UCC.
Harris, I noticed this yesterday. Is there no sound on this video?
It's just music in the background, but thank you.
I got you.
Yeah, I couldn't get the sound to marry up earlier. It wouldn't never click up. So I was hoping that with it playing on my monitor here, my mic would pick it up, but evidently it did not. So
Well, one thing I wanted to add to your video there that I have found to be very helpful is the NC 811 mobile app. I have used that a lot, especially out in the field when I'm trying to get ticket numbers and so on and so forth. It is so convenient to be able to just use the near tickets tool. Very helpful.
well, thank you. That's good to hear. And I will pass that along to the folks who actually put that together. We're always looking to obviously make that tool better and more user friendly for the folks out there in the field. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers across the state of North Carolina, and we're going to be looking at last month versus December of 2021. And you can see the tickets did increase 5% over December 2021. The year-to-date total 7.1%. So we finished up last year at 2,497,873 locates requests across the state of North Carolina. Just a little shy of 250,000. And again, with Lewis's anticipation, we think, especially with the fiber overbuilds going on top of this regular projects and the DOT stuff, this fiber overbuild is probably going to push us over 250,000. We're not sure where it's going to end up at. Transmissions, December last month versus 2021 is a 1.5% increase. And then year to date, we finished up with a 3.5% increase. So if we look at Halifax, we can see the 3-hour actually decreased from 33 to 6, which is outstanding. The new tickets decreased as well, 15.9% drop. And then the ticket updates at 53.1% drop. Average locates per day in Halifax, 18. And the 3-hour for Northampton, unfortunately, it increased 200% from 3 to 9. Not a whole lot, but I guess some folks had a little bit of trouble getting out there within that 3 working day period. As a reminder, by law, if you check your positive response like you're supposed to before you go out, and you see that a utility has not responded, you are required to spool up a 3-hour before you send the crew out there. The new tickets decreased in Northampton last month as well, from 126 to 73, as a 42.1% decrease, and ticket updates an 8.1% decrease overall. So they're across the board. It's all negative except for the 3-hour. And average locates per day in Northampton, 8. So volume was really down, but November is known to be the weather and folks celebrating Christmas and then taking their vacation before the end of the year, which is probably some of the drivers for that. So if we look at year to date for Halifax, you can see the 3-hour continued that downward trend, 23.4%. New tickets, a 0.4% reduction over 2021. But unfortunately, the ticket updates did increase 11.1%. Average locates per day year to date for Halifax, 29. Northampton, the 3-hour actually, even though it was up last month, it did decrease 20%. The new tickets decreased as well, 14.8%. And the ticket update actually increased instead of a decrease at 57.2% increase at 1,825. The average locates per day, which is what Wayne was speaking of earlier, not a whole lot of work going on in either Halifax or Northampton County. Average locates per day, year to date, 14. So out of the 367 tickets that were called in Halifax, obviously Roanoke Rapids is always the main leader in that department at 221. And then Northampton, out of the 152, Garysburg came out on top at 53. And then you had some of the smaller ones as well. Halifax damages reported to NC 811. Halifax had none and Northampton had 2. Even though the locate requests are down, they did have 2 damages. So Halifax is on point with none. Northampton is still really low at 2. Some important dates, the board met yesterday, so I'm not going to cover that. The state UCC met the 10th. Today, the LRPC met at 11. And then what's coming up, really, the big thing coming up next is going to be the NC 811 board's 4th quarter for 2022 meeting is going to be Friday. So there will be a dinner Thursday evening, and then the board will actually meet Friday at 8:30 Grand Over Resort. If you would like to attend or like some more information about that, you can reach out to Stephanie Brown at nc811.org for more details, and she will be happy to give you some guidance. They're going to make Parrish put on a suit and tie, which he's not really happy about, but I got to do what I got to do, right? All right, as always, if you want to know what's going on within the NC 811 world, you can always go to the app. You can go to, which is Butch was alluding to earlier, you can go to the NC 811 website or the NC UCC website and get a plethora of information on what's going on within the NC 811 world. Plethora, something like that. Yeah, it's a lot. There is your good-looking NCAA1 education team led by Miss Ann Rushing. And again, this is Mr. Tyler Ross. He is the newest liaison. He will be at the board meeting Friday, and he has taken over for Mr. Brian Morehouse. Thank you for your time and attention. Again, a copy of this video, which will be our meeting minutes, a sign-in roster, and a PDF will be uploaded to NC UCC for your future viewing pleasure. You can also grab a hold of that link and then share it with anybody you think needs to see what we discussed today, or invite them to the next meeting, which will be, from what I understand from Butch, in person. Butch, that's all I have, sir, unless anybody has any questions and or comments about the presentation. All right, thanks, sir.
Yep, very good. Okay, so if everybody is good, always remember to have your contractors and everybody white line. That will definitely help, and they're required to. That'll help you, our locators, do what they've got to do. And if nobody has anything, our next planned meeting we do this every other month. So our next one will be in March, and we plan on it to be in person. So, and our normal place is the Logan's Roadhouse. I'm sure Parrish will take care of that for us.
Yes, sir.
And he'll send out the information and where it's going to be located. And feel free to bring a friend. That
March
makes
15th.
it a whole lot easier and better for us to communicate with more of our group. All right. Everybody have a good rest of your day, good rest of your lunch, and we'll see you in 2 months.
Thanks, Butch.
Thank you.